I think I'm done with roguelikes after this tournament. I'm gonna try to make one last effort for June NetHack because I did say that I was going to play June NetHack this year. Maybe once a year is the right amount of NetHack. But I don't know. I have found myself recently feeling that it is not doing anything for me. What I mean by that, um, roguelikes are not doing anything for me anymore. Um, as in, I don't find them fun or exciting or entertaining. I think it's probably for the best that I stop. So yeah, there's a good possibility of that happening. Um, but I can try playing some more. I'll try a little bit more. Off stream, I've been playing Nine Souls. I already got to the jump scare. It was very annoying. It almost made me quit the game. Um, because I don't feel like it added anything to the game other than just being like an annoying thing. Um, so yeah, I did not like that. The combat system is clicking, but it is definitely quite hard. Also, the game has too much unnecessary gore and stuff, which I also do not like. It's very crude and dark, which is a shame because I like the combat system. Combat system's pretty cool, and I wish it was in more games of the genre. Because I don't particularly feel like Nine Souls does it the best. Does some very annoying things. Um, mm, it's been a while since I've played one of these guys. Let's see how it goes. It's been a while since I've played Crawl at all. So let's see how that goes. Why do I have mana regen? You regenerate magic when rolling towards enemies. That's pretty weird. Which level do I gain that? It says, oh, experience level 7. Okay, in console it doesn't say. But in tiles it does say that you gain it at experience level 7. I wonder what that talisman is. Scarab talisman. To a sun scarab. Makes you do some good damage. That's cool. Stream title, yeah. Yeah, I want to play a little bit of Crawl, but it's probably gonna be the last little bit of Crawl that I play, pretty much. How's it going? I mean, what can I say? As I always say, like I'm aware of the things that I have that not everyone has. Like I have a roof and I have health and I do not suffer from hunger yet, so at least there's those things. Um, so based on that, you could say it's going okay. But is it going as well as I would like it to? Not really. Look at what we found. D1 Morningstar. Yep. I've been playing some Metroidvanias, and my style of streaming does not lead well into them. There's not really a lot for me to comment on when it comes to Metroidvanias. I can talk about Metroidvania design for a little bit before it starts being repetitive, which it was really one of the things that started me on the path towards not really being into crawl that much anymore. Um, the fact that I felt like my commentary was repetitive, and I didn't find it very exciting, and by extension, I didn't really feel like doing it. um, so when it came to the Metroidvanias, I tried something else that a friend of mine told me about. My friend was like, whenever I watch videos of people playing games, I prefer to see gameplay more than commentary of the person that is playing the game. And I think that's kind of crazy, and not really something that a lot of people would be looking for, but that's what he enjoys, and I figured that it would be okay to give it a try, and I did, and it destroyed the stream. Not to, not only because unfamiliar genre for the stream, um, but also because of the commentary style. The the perception of the games that I like on stream is pretty like of people who watch me, the games that they think I'm going to like and the games that I actually like are not particularly close. Sometimes I do get good games, or like not necessarily good games, more like games that I enjoy from people who give me games. Sometimes I get stuff like Gloomhaven, which is very much the antithesis of a game that I would be interested in. Oh, not saying that it's bad or anything, but it's just not my kind of game. Um, but I think at this point, having streamed for 5 years, I think that ship has already set sail. Probably my time to diversify was at around the 1 year mark when I had um, um, a larger audience. Yep, that ship has set sail. Interesting. Isn't this supposed to be a talisman? Is it like a talisman? Yeah, it's like a talisman thing for shapeshifting, but it's a consumable. So weird. I wonder what compelled the decision to do that to the Flux talisman, turn it into a consumable. Ooh, we found blinking. That is massive. Um, Now, do we have more money to buy more identifies? Almost. I should also buy that butterflies. Sigmund, probably gonna die. Got insta confused. Okay, miraculously I do not die. But we are probably gonna have to skip that level because Sigmund. Walking straight towards, let's go the opposite direction. We have some good stuff here. That ring that I just wishlisted kind of looks like the kind of ring that in the early game it looks really good, and then as the game goes on, what background? Gladiator. It's an Emelex's choice for some reason. Yeah, the ring kind of looks like one of those that is exciting in the early game, but as the game goes on, you find better stuff, and at the end of the day, when the time comes where you could actually buy it, you kind of don't need it anymore. I'm assuming that's gonna go exactly that way again. Okay. Natasha is not good. These name choices have been rather soft. Yeah, I had only Earth Elementalists, and I tried a little bit. It was not very enjoyable. I didn't stream for very long on Friday. It was like the first tournament in years that I don't win. In fact, it might be the first tournament since I started streaming where I don't win a game the day the tournament starts. Um, yeah, that really got me thinking that it's probably the end when it comes to me and roguelikes. Um, mm, this might be interesting later on. Same goes for this. Chainmail could be as well. Maybe we find acquirement. Okay. Oh, the one on Duvesa, yeah. Well, I don't want to deal with Berserk Duvesa. Hmm. I also don't want to deal with Sigmund. I was playing rather fast. Well, the way that goes is kinda you press a stone arrow button and either you kill everything or you fail to kill everything with stone arrow after pressing the stone arrow button. Delightful. Nice heal wounds. Very lucky. Come on. Okay. That kind of thing is omnipresent in crawl. Situations where you are at the mercy of the random number goth to see if you can actually survive whatever predicament you're in instead of surviving through your skill. And I have decided that I don't want to do that to me anymore. Yeah, I think that I have developed an allergy to RNG after my time playing Crawl. Didn't even know it was possible to cast a stun arrow that fast. You put it on the quiver and then you press that button until everything dies, or you die, whichever one happens first. Potion of Moonshine. Probably that. Or not, I can just walk away. Of all the things that I could have been polyed into, I mean, big form would have probably been equally bad, and then being a shroom would have been good. Being a 3 would have been good, because both of those beat Egypt pretty bad. Talking about being a 3, we found a potion of 3. That's pretty great thing to have access to. Hmm. 2 potions of 3. That is kinda great and magical. Those are great things to have access to in the early game. Now, what god? What god? What god? Let's go Ru again. Kind of rough that my D3 had Sigmund and my D4 had the one on Duvesa. Oh, another potion 3. Getting close to the regen on roll. I wonder when that was added. Probably in this development cycle. Ring of Slaying, that is a great thing to have at this point in the game. Now, instead of having a +0 Morningstar, I have effectively a +4 Morningstar. Yep, I am feeling the effects of the Ring of Slaying quite a bit. That is a lot of damage. 16. Do you have Blink? Hopefully you don't have Blink. Okay, you don't have Blink. Okay. Now I would like to believe that I can deal with the vampire bats. Yep, pretty good. You begin to regenerate health when rolling towards enemies. Neat. Good stuff. So I wonder if Guardian Spirit is actually a good thing to have as an armataur. I was gonna say Palentonga, but it is not a Palentonga, it's an armataur. Good thing to have as an armataur, because I have the roll regen thingy. Aha! Sigmund gets completely wrecked by my Ring of Slaying. The power of Slaying. Now I want to see if I can find... oh man, these are some really expensive potions. Is it because they're identified? Is everything identified all the time now? Do shops not sell you unidentified gear anymore? No, there's no way, because I have some unidentified gear there. I was gonna buy the scarf, but I have a cloak. Could buy the gloves instead. I'm gonna buy the gloves. Watch me find gloves the next floor, because that's just how this game works. Ring of protection. All right, we have found some good stuff. I don't really think I have what it takes to say that it's a free run, as I would have said probably a couple of years ago, but you should be fine. I'm gonna try not to die. Oh yeah, I need to change these null glyphs. They look like jellies for some reason. Jelly Sergeant. The scale mail of poison resistance. I need one of those. Okay, monsters with armor being unkillable, as is often the case. All right. Scale mail of poison resistance. More armor class motivation and poison resistance. You love to see it. Everybody loves to see it. Maybe because it's 2 pips. Definitely not. Trivial sacrifice. Should I sack resistances? I shouldn't. I'm gonna do it. Because it gives 2 pips. And Apok is too good. Oh, maybe not the wisest thing to do right before fighting one of these guys. Oh, wow. Okay. That went well. What happened? Oh, I got blinked by a phantom. Because they do that now. Too many enemies grouped up. I have good armor class and damage output, but I don't know if I can deal with a null Boda and the possibility of the Phantom just repositioning me into completely getting wrecked. Two scrolls of blinking is quite nice. Been finding a lot of books. These book drops get buffed or something in the early game. I've been finding a lot of gear that actually fits the early game. In the form of the early game talismans and the flux baubles, which, by the way, I should probably drop those things. Not using them. Or is it meant that all characters go for forms now, for shapeshifting? These guys have -2 shapeshifting, is kind of rough. I feel pretty strong. I wonder what's gonna be the thing to break the illusion. Ah, that is exactly what I wanted. Oh, nice. Some para, but Joseph's net lasted for longer than my para did. Gonna get some strength. Ring mail of poison resistance. No, 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 no. Okay, ring mail. Wait, now I can just do this. Armor class would decrease by 0.6. So effectively I wouldn't lose any, but I would gain 1 evasion. Yeah, sure. And it's not like I lose my poison resistance anyway. Did I just redirect the Howler Monkey's howl? How does that work? Is that like some projected noise jank? Because it sounds like it. Got some curare. Something that I remember from when I used to play this more is that verbalizing what has happened is good for the purpose of keeping it in mind in the future. Like, for example, got some curare right now means, oh, remember that you have curare for when you find a nugger or some nasty unique like Joseph, except that now this happened in the wrong order, okay? The scarf was not a good scarf for my playstyle, so we're gonna drop that on the floor and we're gonna continue. Spider Talisman. That spider form? Now you need 12 skill for a spider talisman. It gives you a little bit of extra UC based damage. It gives you scaling evasion and snare chance. And snare chance. Weakness to poison, 5 dexterity. Of course, it wrecks your armor class. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That feels like just useless. Or maybe not useless, but more like a Spriggan item, where like you're not gonna have armor class anyway, so what do you care that you're gonna be losing all your armor class slots? Okay, do one on Duvesa, throw a net. Duvesa immediately breaks it. Curare, okay, Curare works. We tap Duvesa. We lose the Curare, delightful. I didn't feel like I could tap Duvesa. Like Duvesa Berserk can be prone to absurd bursts of damage that like you just cannot deal with if they happen because of the nature of this game. All right, for a white band, no funny maces for me, unfortunately. I really wanted a funny maze. That's what I was looking for when I asked for a wideband earlier. I'm going to go for the flame here. Let's see if we can get the snipe on the priest, which we do. And now let's go upstairs. We are not fighting the D8 Death Yaks because very funny, crawl developers, very funny. Like, with what I have, with this super cracked start that I got, I think I stand a pretty good chance against one. But the thing is that it's not only one. And it also is no guarantee that I'm gonna win. By extension, I know I will lose if I fight more than one at the same time. And there's like probably 4 or 5 because lair entrance, right? Nothing. Not doing that. Yes, doing that. Okay, we are close to the 3 sacks for Apoc. The pinnacle of what you can do when you go Ru. 3 sacks for Apoc, and then you just don't sack anything until you get the literal perfect sacrifice later in the game. You cannot evoke. Oh, I have just realized the significance of what I have done, but it's fine. It should be okay. It should be okay. I would like to believe it should be okay. Okay, I don't have money. I would like to buy a potion of haste there to identify it. Yep. Yep, Death Yaks. How many of them are there? 2 and a normal Death Yak. And there's probably more. I shouldn't make a stand there. Okay, delightful. Am I dead? Okay, no, I'm not dead. 3? Tele? I'm gonna Tele, because I really do not feel like I stand a chance versus 2 Death Yaks. I was beating the one that I was attacking. Got some pretty good rolls there, but nah, not worth it. If I had like a potion of might or something along those lines, I would have gone for it. I should just leave the level. Yeah, I'll go back to that in time. These guys have +3 armor. Have they always had +3 armor? Wheel of Fate for Ru? Oh yeah, if you put it on, Ru gives you more sacrifices faster or something like that, right? Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. Okay, normal jacks, they're nothing because I'm pretty strong. Just 3 great sword, short sword, halberd, and +5 dagger. Unfortunately, they're not maces. Come on, where's the +6 morning stars? Or the great maces? Not here, apparently. Okay, we get Troll Letter, but Troll Letter got wrecked, didn't it? Yeah, it's a still 3 base armor class for some reason. Okay, let's try to find magic mapping. Oh, look at that, we found acquirement. That's a good one to have. Magic mapping. Okay. We're very far from the portal, but I'm still gonna try to make it. I don't feel like I'm under leveled for D10. Though I do have to say that I have left plenty of experience in the table. I have to go back for it in time. Maybe before entering Lair. Getting some pretty lousy rolls here. Okay. Before, ooh, +4 Darflail. No, we want that. I want that. I would like to be able to fight these guys at full HP. Yeah, and now I want that +4 Darflail. Darflails are really, really bosses. Seldom used, but very, very strong. And that is a kind of mace or flail that I was looking for. It's great to have access to one of them. Goodbye, Morningstar. It did get me from the very beginning of the game to this point, that Morningstar, so yeah, pretty good. But now we have a Darflail, which has min delay at 14. I should probably rush it. Okay. A Tyrant's Trap. Magical trap built to bolster the armies of some conquering despot. When you or a hostile monster steps on it, your melee attacks will be weakened to make up to 3 of the most dangerous monsters inside become stronger. That sounds very annoying. This is the Bailey with the halberds of electrocution. Unfortunately, I do not have that resistance, because of course I don't have that resistance. It's very early in the game. Oh, maybe now it's the halberds of draining one. It used to be halberds of electrocution. Still halberds, it seems, all the way to the end. Goblin Riders. Steel exoskeletons. Coglins. Wyverns? They're Wyvern Riders? When they said Goblin, when I read Goblin Rider, I was like, they're riding wargs or wolves or something? No, they're riding Wyverns. It's pretty hard. Spooky enemy. Oh, and when they die, they have a chance to drop a, or to generate a Wyvern, like Spriggan Riders. An Orc Knight, and a Null with a Halberd of Electrocution. Okay. Okay. Did I kill? Yes, I did kill the guy with the Halberd of Electrocution. Let's do a little bit of resting. Or not. Okay. Alright. Sacrifice number 3. Stealth. Probably doing that. Hey, I'm almost certainly doing that. Not doing that. No potion heal. I don't know. We can sack stealth. And now I have Apoc. And now I achieved the mythical 3-sack Apoc mutation set or sacrifice set that you can get from Ru, which is pretty magical. It is quite good to have access to Apoc so early. I'm going to go and Apoc those Death EX so bad, and it's going to be fantastic. I should read Identify on the potions, because I may have a potion of experience. There it is. There it is. I'm glad that some things still remain true in this game. This Bailey is one of the ones known for having a potion of experience often. Not all of them give you potions of experience. Some of them are really hard and they don't give you anything. Any one of the ones that feature bolt guards are crazy hard and they don't give you good stuff. Should I drink this potion of experience right now? I feel like I should. And let's see what we get. I could get min delay. Oh, I cannot get min delay. Let's get 15 armor then. And let's get min delay. Why am I running away? I have Apok. Let's see what these guys have for me. Nothing, nothing. Okay, I have not read this. Manual summonings, the serpent talisman of the cobbler, the staff of the undead, or a lot of money. Well, considering how the first three items are completely worthless, yeah, we're probably getting that money. Should I get the money right now? What would I like to buy? I have a lot of identify. You know, if I can win this character and just put this one character on YouTube and be like, yeah, that's it for my tournament participation, I would be very happy. Or Flux Bubbles. I have them in a previous character, or no, I have them and I dropped it. I dropped them. All right. All right, easy peasy. Two-head dogger in melee, but I have big armor class and big damage. So it's not a problem. Fanar. It turns out that I have weakness to cold, and Fanar with weakness to cold is very spooky. Now, let me see what Potions of 3 have to say about this. Mm, what I want to know is if it suppresses my weakness to fire and cold. If it doesn't, then I don't really want to use it. Would be a good time to have a scroll of silence so I don't get wrecked by Fanar. Okay, that's okay. That allows me to just walk away into another two-headed ogre because there seems to be a million of them. Let's go to D8 and kill those death yaks. I'm going to apok those death yaks so hard, but I want to apok all of them. Come on. I know there's more. Okay, there may not be more. Whoop. Yeah, it was two death yaks and a normal yak. And of course, Apok got the job done. I'm almost back to full HP because, as you all know, Apok has a hefty drain cost, which doesn't really prevent you from spamming it, but it does get pretty scary later in the game once recuperating that drain becomes harder. At this point in the game, as you already saw, I killed the Death Yaks and a couple of other monsters, and I'm effectively back to full HP, right? So at this point it's not a problem, but later on it will be a problem. Yep, I have Apok, but I'm not gonna Apok like normal trash mobs because I don't need to. Maybe I should put on some poison resistance. Yeah, we can sack 2 armor class for. Oh, maybe I can sack evasion. Yeah, I would rather sack evasion or poison resistance at this point. Since I have trained big armor, actually putting on the thing that has the most the highest base armor class is better for me than the most highly enchanted thing. Okay. I have no willpower, but that is not uncommon. So this is gonna be a common occurrence that I'm gonna be petrified by every one of those basilisks that I find. Hopefully I don't find anything nastier or Or hopefully it happens only after I find my willpower. I'm not even gonna. Well, I guess we can check the sack. Definitely not doing that. I can sack forms. I can sack forms. It's not a problem. Magical scrolls after being injured. That it puts me back to 6 pips, or like not puts me back, it gets me to 6 pips. I'm not doing that. Sacking forms. Not really gonna go for forms this game. A trivial sacrifice, but it pretty much guarantees that the next sacrifice, no matter how trivial it is, it gets me to 6, or at least that's what I would like to believe. Not that getting to 6 is something that matters anyway. I don't need to get to 6. It does make my APOC stronger, but it only becomes more relevant later in the game. Um, for now, as I already said, I'm just gonna take sacks when they are not disruptive at all to what I'm trying to do. And it feels like I'm playing a cat with the amount of unusable trash I find on the floor. Um, Found an unidentified scroll that is not acquirement. I know that because I have already found acquirement. So it cannot be very exciting. I'm still gonna read identify. Scroll noise. Okay. Pretty whack. 14 mazes. Min delay for my Darflail. Very good. Very good. Now, what else are we going to train? Do we train? I guess that I should just go for the classic, just fighting and armor and dodging. And that's all that I train for the rest of the game. Oh, robe of resistance. Would be nice if it was not a robe of resistance, but a scarf of resistance. Because we kind of need the armor class that comes from the body armor. You know how it is. And yeah, even as this game, it's like whatever. It's not. I had a better time playing After Image than I'm having playing this, and I didn't really have the greatest of times playing After Image. It was not like annoying, and it's not like I hated it, um, but it was too long, and as I already said a couple of times while I was playing it, the map structure was way too horizontal and poorly interconnected. Um, I feel like they let flavor come before gameplay, and that is not a winning formula. Okay, any more enemies? Okay, Apoc. Yep, you don't want to fight all of that in the open. Um, Yep, we're recuperating that HP pretty fast, plus 4 battle axe. We could switch to that. There is definitely a world where we could switch to a plus 4 battle axe, but I don't know how much it is worth it compared to using this Dart Flail. Dart Flails are so good. They're really good. Cesar, thank you for the follow. Don't really expect me to play a lot of this. Don't really expect me to provide a lot of this commentary whenever I'm playing other things. Ah, those days are gone. If you want to see the good stuff, the golden years of Nine Settler playing Crawl, well, at least they are recorded in YouTube. Um, you know what I would Apoc if I had the mana. The 23 damage hit um put me down to 4. That is inconvenient. I cannot evoke magical items. Okay. I have not much else that I can do other than dab or use consumables. Fear? It worked. All right. I should be able to beat them. Okay, serious kill, jab, got the job done. I'm not sacking an eye. I'm sacking globe. That is fine. How does that work with scrolls of butterflies? I do not know. It wouldn't be a rook game if I don't sack love. I wish I had some regen items. Alright, hopefully that's it. No more Spriggan Druids. Wait, I can't 3-form anymore because I sacked forms? What do you mean by that? Be it talismans, potions, or any other means. Well, fortunately I don't care about doing extended, and so that immunity to torment that I lost is not really gonna be a problem. In case you don't know, potions of 3 give you immunity to torment, so they're really good for certain extended enemies and uniques like Glork's Block. 3-form is okay versus Glork's Block. The best form versus Glork's Block is totally statue form because you are immune to the miasma and you're resistant to torment, and you also have a lot of armor class, so the executioners are not gonna destroy you. I'm gonna apoc these guys. Yep, super duper worth it to apoc backup Death Yaks. I'm back to full HP. Such are the boons of having apoc so early in the game. Now, 7-headed Hydra. I'm not apocing that. Definitely not. Power leap. Okay. Little bit of a bold move, but I figured that I could kill the Hydra, and it's better to kill the Hydra than to run away from the Hydra. We have an altar of Jiba, but we're not doing that. That was meant to appear much earlier in the game if I wanted to actually do it. Volcano. I still have weakness to fire, so that could be a problem. Almost certainly going to be a problem, in fact. Power leap over here. Somehow only one of those things dies, but it's not a problem. Oh, this is Frog Pond. Okay, this is gonna be very annoying. Unfortunately, I'm still exhausted from the power leap. Would be nice to apoc there. All right. Let's go down a different set of stairs. Do we have... oh, we do have magic mapping. Yeah, we're gonna need one of those. I wonder if anyone has ever used the ability of magic mapping to let you see through walls now. Maybe that's something that speedrunners do, and I do not know because I'm not a speedrunner, nor do I watch speedrunners. Couldn't resist it. I had to do it. Yeah, it really is not a problem to use Apoc so freely at this point in the game. Look at what is this doing. Okay, Sky Shark being terrible. I do not know how to survive this. mean, I guess I have to use blinking. I'm sure the Sky Shark catches up anyway. Yeah, it was next to me when I finished going upstairs. It's insane. I don't think I beat that this HP. Oh, it's very far away. It's in the complete opposite side of the level. I'm starting to think that it's impossible to reach it. Not gonna reach it in time. Hmm. I cannot believe the cane toad didn't die from the power leap. We go upstairs with this Hydra. I don't want to have to fight the Sky Shark on top of the Hydra. There we go. The Hydra dies easily if I net it. But I don't have any answer to the Sky Shark other than hoping that dabbing works. Hence, you know how it is. Sometimes you can rely on that working, but sometimes it just doesn't do it. It's quite frustrating, and you don't know, you do not know when it's gonna work and when it's not going to work. This talisman is completely useless to you, I know. I wish it actually told me how it's supposed to work instead of telling me it's useless to you. I know it's useless, but I wanted to read the item. If I search the item, yeah, it still says the same. Even if I search for the item. What a shame. We are totally using Apoc on that. I immediate regret. Hmm. Kinda have to. We kinda have to teleport away because of the Hydra being next to me. Okay. I'm pretty tanky for this part of the game. The Hydras are not really being that much of a problem, but they definitely are preventing me from going into that volcano. Yep, that's gone. So it goes. The possibility of getting a barding of fire resistance would have been quite nice. There's my globes. But to be perfectly fair, I did get them much later than I thought I was going to. Okay. Exploration trap, mark, run for the stairs. Run for the stairs. Make a stand on the stairs. Press the APOC button. Pretty good. It's going better for me than the mages were on Friday. I'm not really surprised. I thought that this melee character was gonna be better. So many talismans. Ring of the Mage. Ring of the Mage used to give a lot of willpower. It's a shame that it doesn't do that anymore. I like that amulet. It's better than Guardian Spirit, which I was already wearing. Goodbye, goodbye. We can also toss the Ring of Evasion. Partisan of Freezing. Oh, a terrible item. The introduction of this item was probably a big Merfolk buff, if I have to guess. I don't know how much Crawl I'm gonna play in the tournament. Probably not a lot. But if I was going to play more Crawl, um, I would probably do a Swords Dexterity character or something along those lines. Okay. Yes, Fanar. I still have the same weakness that I had when I originally saw Fanar. And I'm not sure how to mitigate it. I guess I have that ring that I could buy for cold resistance. Can I kill Fanar with only not weakness? Because I can give myself not weakness. Because I already have this ring of cold resistance. Guess we can try. Okay, it was fine. Back to having armor class. You redirect the acid dragon's attack. The acid dragon spits acid at itself. Oh, one of a kind rings. Does 8 ring of slaying. Now that is worth something. In fact, it is worth a bit too much for me right now. The +9 ring of strength is also very appealing. But it's not as crazy as +8 slaying. Hopefully we can get to the point where I can buy that and use it. I think that being able to use a ring of slaying requires you to have a lot of super luck, because you don't need your ring slots for defensive purposes. Was that an unseen horror? I suppose. Okay, I can buy that +9 ring of strength if I so desire. Ring of strength +9 ring of strength. Is it better than the +4 slaying that I have right now? I do not know. It might be. But the thing about slaying is that it also gives evasion, or like not gives evasion, the opposite. It gives accuracy, and by extension, it is doing something that just getting strength is not going to do. I should probably stick to what I have right now. I don't care about books. We're not casting spells. Wait a second. -5 intelligence. It looks okay. I probably should go and pick that up. That looks like an item. It might, in fact, be better than what I have right now. Robe. Wonder what it's gonna ask me for. The 6 fire skills. We have the fire skills in a shop because now they're They're difficult to acquire, right? So I could technically buy them, but I cannot enchant them to +6. With the amount of scrolls that we have seen in the game so far, it's likely that I will never be able to enchant fire scales to +6. So that trove is probably gonna stay unattended. We just found one scroll of enchant armor. Okay, that is a good start, but I don't think that it is going to keep going that way. Now that is a weapon. That beats what I have. It's incredibly good. I'm probably gonna buy it, and I'm probably gonna stick with it for the whole game. I should just buy it right now, actually. Goodbye. Goodbye. Well, I guess I can keep that around. It lets me see invisible. It also has resistance to corrosion and flight. Yeah, that's pretty good. Helmet of Intelligence. Should I buy that? Maybe. Scale mail of plus blink. Can I even evoke it? Because I sacked artifacts or like artifici, you know. So I don't know if it works. Doesn't matter. So yeah, +6 fire scales. Remember that. We have one. I'm gonna pick it up. Nah, we are strong now. The Darflail being mitigating my weaknesses is so good. We got a Ring of Slaying, another Ring of Slaying. Wonder if I should put it on. But what I really want is that +8 Ring of Slaying. I really would like to wear a +8 Ring of Slaying. I don't think I've ever done it. And I feel like this would be a good character to do that. Hey, look at that. Fountain of clear blue water with a little bit of flavor text. Pretty neat. Let's go do orc. Orc Sork. Gotta be careful with those because we do not have the resistance. Because of course we don't. Strength. Where did I get that dexterity from? Oh, the amulet. The amulet gives me a little bit of dexterity. The more you roll, the more regen you get. It's pretty bonkers. Um, it makes me wonder if I should get blink, so I could roll towards things and then um, blink away and then re-roll. I don't want that. No, definitely don't want that. Hexes, air magic or necromancy. Yeah, that's free. Rune indicates that your awakening is complete. Oh, that's definitely that I would have something that I would have liked to have Apoc for. But in the absence of Apoc, we have Emo. Why is this guy not? What is going on? Why is the Emo wearing off from things? Oh, no, no, it's not wearing off from things. These guys are pretty scary. Okay, good teleport. Needed that. Erolcha. I'm gonna get banished, am I not? 34. We do not have a way to silence Herolcha. We can Epoch, I suppose, just so I don't get banished. Super worth it. Herolcha had +6 giants by Clove, but we cannot make use of that because armataurs are not that large. Okay. Acquiring a large amount of money. We have 4 digits after almost going down to 0. Okay, Epoch. Really good, really good. But we have gotten to the point where Epoch is not really paying for itself anymore. I mean, it is offering me a pretty good service, but it's not free anymore, is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna buy this. It is Imbis again, I cannot believe it. Acquirement number 2, we're gonna buy that in time. It's a shame that we have found 2 scarves and both of them have been scarves of Imbis. I would have really liked to have some scarves of resistance already. Come on. I'll buy the acquirement right now and see what we get. Okay, at least we get more money than we paid for it. Yes, I am very happy to get more money than I paid for it. Okay, we are close to getting the Ring of Strength again, but what I really want, as I already said, Ring of Slaying. And we're not so close to that one. Probably gonna have to find a couple more scrolls of acquirement to get that Ring of Slaying. And you know what's likely to happen? I'm gonna buy it and I will find that I won't be able to use it because I won't have the ability to, you know, spare a ring slot. I won't be able to do that because that's just how this game works. All right. Okay. Tabbing through Skeletal Warriors like they're nothing, so this character's going pretty well. All right. I even got petrified in front of Skeletal Warriors, and it was not a problem. It's pretty good so far. Oh, look at that! We've got fire skills. Okay, so now I just need to find 4 more scrolls of enchant armor. We are currently under the possession of 2, and I need 6. 4 more to go. If it happens, it happens, and it's gonna be neat, but I do not really expect it to happen. And so it ends the part of the game that one could reliably get to on every run. For the rest, and I know this is not gonna go well because I don't have what it takes to go into the mid game. No willpower, no resistances, low armor class. It's gonna be terrible. I should stop training this at 21 for the title, and then I can probably train some throwing, perhaps. Throwing. I have plenty of jabs. Somehow I have a lot, and I also will have a lot of slaying. So jabs plus a slaying sounds pretty good. We got Swamp and Snake. Um, Let's try Snake, because maybe there is a barding there. Did I do the entirety of Lure? Maybe I skipped. No, 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 we don't want to go there. Okay, I did do the entirety of Snake. Missing that volcano. It's gonna hurt a bit. I kind of want to epoch this, but I know I shouldn't. You know what I feel more like? I feel like if I have to epoch this kind of fight, I shouldn't be here in the first place. But I can power leap. Power leap is okay, because power leap doesn't cost you max HP. Okay, that's 3 enchant armors. You're getting close. If it happens, it's gonna be so cool. To get 6 scrolls of enchant armor when I had 1. Actually, I had 0 in my inventory, but I had it identified already. So in my whole game, I had seen 1. Is what I'm trying to say. But if we can amass the 6 early, recent, or like decently early enough, it's gonna be super cool. Shock serpents are so scary. We don't have the normal counters to shock serpents, which are ones, hex ones specifically. We don't have access to that. So we could be in serious trouble when it comes to shock serpents. Still 3 enchant armors. Yeah, they're highly rare items. The game says that they are uncommon, but uncommon means, yeah, you're gonna go through games where you see 2 in the whole playthrough. You wanna know why I say that, why I know that? Because scrolls of blinking are also uncommon, and I have had games where I just don't have the scrolls of blinking. I have had games where my first blinking is in SOT 5, so there is that. Yeah, uncommon means reasonable that you do not see any through the playthrough. Um, okay, so far we have seen plenty of shock serpents, but somehow I've not exploded to them. Hopefully that keeps up, because shock serpents are terrible. Enchant weapons. The thing about enchant weapon is that I don't think I care about enchant weapons. Uh, that's not ideal. But I can just go downstairs and we're fine. I did lose a lot of HP, so disengaging when I did was the correct thing to do. Isul is coming for me. Can Isul not swim? Hmm. Oh, I guess guardian serpents cannot swim. Most other snakes can swim. Tyrant's trap. So what happens when I step on a tyrant's trap in... Oh, that is crazy. It does, and it doesn't go away. That's insane. Why? I wonder if that replaced sub traps, but probably not. Why exactly did I get Giga poisoned? I have poison resistance. Like, actually Giga poisoned. Isul is gonna hex me. Okay. Pretty okay Serpent Talisman. Not that we care about it, of course, because we cannot make use of it anyway. +6 Darflail. I could enchant that, brand that, which, yeah, I mean, definitely worth carrying around for the possibility of that. I would prefer to enchant and brand something beefier, like a Great Maze. Darkflails are great, but their main weakness is that they don't have a lot of damage output compared to other two-handers. And to be perfectly fair, they also don't require that much experience, and it really did do wonders for me that they were cheap to train. I was able to get it going really fast, but I would like something beefier at this point in the game where experience is not really that much of a problem anymore. But they're great for the early game. What do we have here? Ambrosia. All right. Impregnable. Right. 21 armor title. Still running around with 22 armor class because I'm using a scale mail. I should go and buy that chainmail. There was a shop earlier in the game that had access to a chainmail for me. Or I should go check Orc again because surely I cannot believe that. That is actually insane. I was like, surely there's some branded plate or at least enchanted plate that I missed earlier. Nope. What about chainmail? That's crazy. No, the only that is crazy. That is crazy. Maybe Barding? Oh, there's a Bardiche. I got excited when I saw that it was an artifact, but no, it's a Bardiche. It's not a Barding. You know what? I'm gonna epoch this. Oh wow, they didn't die to epoch. That is not good. They are almost dead, however. Some shops. Ring of the Hair. Hmm. It's funny because I was thinking that the 8 slaying ring that I have access to buying is kind of like a non-artifact version of the Ring of the Hair, Ring of the Tortoise. I'm not using the Ring of the Hair. Not interested in that. And yep, not interested in that. That looks like it is going to be very annoying. Yep. All right. Just went for the second epoch. You know, instead of spamming epoch here, I should go recuperate my HP in swamp. It surely is gonna be fine. Swamp's gonna be rough. In swamp, it's like a single monster, you're fine. But if you're at any point, no matter what you're fighting against, if you're fighting against two or more things at the same time, you're gonna have a bad time. A very bad time, and you're gonna die. So let's see how it goes. Yep, talking about that. Doesn't matter what you're fighting against, if it's two monsters at the same time, you're gonna have a bad time. Because two monsters can easily turn into 5 or 6 monsters. You can be pulled into more monsters, of course, as well. Sometimes your HP kinda disappears. Oh, and there's a Hydra there. This is so annoying. But what can one do? This is just par for the course. I wish this Hydra had not appeared literally the turn after I apoked. If it had appeared one turn before, it would have been so much better. Same goes for this Swamp Worm. I guess what I can try to hope for is exactly for that to happen. Then I can just run to the stairs. Bunyip hit me pretty hard. Okay, scrolls of butterflies are useless. I wanted to know. Have a lot of heal wounds. Definitely glad that I didn't sacrifice the ability to gain HP from potions. Okay, Bunyip. Ah, there we go. Instantly paralyzed. Okay, same goes for the Hydra, paralyzed in a more permanent way. Bunyip again. Okay. Scary place. Terrible scary place. 3 Spriggan Riders. You know what? Power Leap. Power Leap is pretty good for them, because Power Leap cannot be dodged and does some pretty decent damage. It is probably for the best if you use Power Leap as an escape option, but the thing is that in any situation where you would want to use Power Leap for escaping, since it shares a cooldown with Apok, all 3 of Ru's abilities share the same exhaustion cooldown, so while you're exhausted, you cannot use any of them. Um, which is pretty whack because I feel like in many situations where you would want to use Power Leap to escape or to run away, you cannot because it is on cooldown because you use Tapok, right? The reason you want to run away is because you use Tapok and things are still alive. Okay. Eleonoma is hugging the tree. Oh man, I cannot believe that Bunyip didn't just wreck me there. Finally found my Scarf of Resistance. It took plenty of scarves, but finally I have my Scarf of Resistance. And by extension, I have a little bit of fire resistance and pretty respectable cold resistance. Some good stuff. Okay. Doing Swamp 1 was enough to put me back up to full HP. So what we are going to go do now is do Snake 4 with plenty of Apok. We're going to use plenty of Apok. And then we are going to go recuperate the HP in Swamp once again. Are you also mighty? Oh, you're hasted. Okay, that's very annoying. At least they don't go next to you to constrict you. Yep. I saw a shock serpent and I was like, I don't really want to deal with that. Not all of that at the same time is what I'm trying to say. All right. That's the entrance to the room vault, almost certainly. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Apok. Somehow, I didn't even hit everything. Hmm. Big heal somehow. Now let's see here. Okay, so if I drink a potion of haste, it's still gonna be getting attacks of opportunity on me. And it might kill me. I think that there is a very real possibility of it killing me. Let's try using a tele. All right, good stuff. Really funny how I've been using APOC, and pretty much every time that I've used it, I've been immediately punished by having to fight more enemies. Like I APOC, and then there's still a ton of enemies to fight. Is what I'm trying to say. We don't want to be ever in that kind of situation. That kind of situation is very bad. I really wish I had some Hex ones for the Shock Serpents. The scariest part is that they are perfectly capable of one-shotting you from 40 HP. But what am I supposed to do? If I run away, it's just constant attrition until I run out of resources and I die. So I just have to go for it. If I die, I die, and that's it. That's just how Crawl is. My recent foray into Metroidvanias with After Image, it's not like it's a new genre for me or anything. But it really was quite the departure from what I normally play on stream, right? And I enjoyed it a lot. I had a real good time playing After Image, even if After Image itself wasn't the most fantastic, greatest of games. Scroll Fear would be nice right now, and I know I have one in a shop. Yep, wish I had it in my inventory instead of in a shop. These guys are too strong for me. Definitely, 100% too strong for me. I can try the following. Haste, run away. Oh wait, they have pole arms. I'm gonna get surrounded by the Guardian Serpent and killed. I'm almost certain. Yep. Out of my way out. Of all the, it had a 1 in 3 chance to land here. And Guardian Serpents are the worst thing that ever was added to this game. Before doing this place, I had 10 potions of heal wounds. Now I have 4. I can see invisible, right? Yeah, potions of invisibility do nothing here, and I'm slowed for some reason. You have like Curare, Virulence. Okay. Why am I slow? What slowed me? Do you slow? Oh, you do slow with a 38%. Man, I hate this game so much. Nice, and I land next to Mlioglotl. Well, we're not doing that. Fortunately, I don't think Mlioglotl has ranged attack. Nope, no ranged attack. 87% chance to cause fear. That would have been super nasty if it somehow pushed me off the stairs. I can probably beat Mlioglotl. Do I have might? I do have 5 mites. Gonna drink 1, and then we're gonna tap Mlioglotl real quick. And that is it for Mlioglotl. Man, this crawl mid game experience. What can I say? It is balanced around doing the first 3 floors of both branches, and then doing the 4th floor. But the thing is that even if my current predicament is in the 4th floor, Um, these problems, these enemies are in the entire branch. Like I've not fought anything that is like exclusive to the fourth floor. So yeah, like the distinction between the first three floors is nonsensical because you can have the same difficulties that I'm having in Snake 4 in the literal entrance of Snake 1. It can happen. It has happened to me before. So yeah, it's just not well made, I think. Bosnia. Okay. Barding of cold resistance. Unfortunately, that is not a barding of fire resistance, but it is a barding at the end of the day. That is 4 enchant armors. We're 2 away from being able to access the trove, and the trove might have my barding of cold resistance for all I know, so I should try to go for that. How much? Okay, we have almost nothing. We have 1 blinking, 2 heal wounds. Remember, at some point I had 10 heal wounds. It's terrible. I should be training throwing. 16 throwing is min delay for jabs as far as I remember. Yep, still 16. Some things you never forget. Roll numbers are like riding a bicycle until they get changed, at which point they're no longer like riding a bicycle. I sure hope that I have already fought all the garbage that is normally lurking in the rune bolt, and so I can just waltz in and grab the rune. I really want that, please. Please, game. Please. Also, I do not know why it took me so long to decide that it was a good idea to train for the jabs. I knew it was a good idea to train for the jabs for a while since I have a decent stack. You know, it would have been nice to get a gauntlet. We didn't get a gauntlet.